Somebody asked me how long the new Black Panther movie is, and I said, Wakanda? Forever.
Hello, Adam Ryan Donato.
Hello, welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much. I am here to talk about the new big Marvel content movie, right? I am the guy who doesn't like the Marvel stuff or doesn't eat it up with a spoon ever since Endgame came out. I was particularly excited for Black Panther Wakanda Forever because Ryan Coogler. I think he is a great director. Trust him as a filmmaker entirely, and it just really seemed like this was a passion project for a lot of reasons. Now, just to get this out of the way, I personally believe that they should have recasted T'Challa. The point of every single superhero movie is it's not about the man, it's about the symbol and what that means. That being said, I thought that this was handled really well. It's not what I really wanted, but I think what they did with it was very good. I'm not a fan of Letitia Wright. Her arc in this movie and her leading the movie, but she's the lead, but also you've got Okoye who gets a lot of screen time in this as well, and Angela Bassett, who, by the way, people said that they're considering having her being nominated for an Oscar for her performance in this movie in a supporting role. And I really wouldn't mind that. I think she did fantastic. I think the one clip that would be her Oscar clip was more so well done by Okoye. I really loved Okoye in this movie. She was one of my favorites. One thing that Marvel did with this that kind of impressed me is they have a track record of not being very good at producing compelling villains, and Namor is one of my favorite Marvel villains to date. He has a lot of personality. He has unique powers. He has a lot of face time in the movie. He has a lot of time with the main character. I understand who he is, why he's doing what he's doing. I had a lot of fun with his character. The soundtrack is not as good as the first movie, but it's still great here. The action sequences, while I don't think they are too much better than most normal Marvel sequences, I like these ones more because the soundtrack, I just feel like, let's go, baby. I do think that the special effects were a little, but like no more different than most Marvel stuff, especially the first Black Panther movie, which, by the way, let's get that out of the way. I love this movie. I have a lot of things that I don't really love about it, but overall I really love this movie and the experience watching it. It's a really epic movie. I don't think it's as good as the first one, and I don't think it's close. I also don't even think it's in my top 10 MCU movies, so I did literally love this, but I could see myself going down on it in the future. And the cinematography, I think, was uninspired. The direction they went with the story, the pacing. This movie's a long movie, like 2 hours and 45 minutes, but I feel like it goes at a pretty decent clip. One of my favorite things about it is there's a sequence in the movie there where you're like, oh, this feels like the climax, and it's not, and it keeps going. That's one of my favorite parts of the movie. I mentioned the music earlier, specifically the Rihanna song. I feel like the tributes to Chadwick, I don't want to say excessive, but all I really needed, what they did with the Marvel logo, stay for the mid-credits, but there is nothing at the very end of the credits except a little blurb. Martin Freeman's funny in this movie because, like, why does he have a character poster? But he's very appropriately used in this, I feel. But yeah, without spoiling anything, I would definitely recommend this movie. I give it a 5 out of 5. I could definitely see it going down in the future. I hold this in a higher regard than I hold most other Marvel projects. This is on the same level as Guardians of the Galaxy for me, because movies that are made by a filmmaker who's clearly passionate, who's clearly given creative control to do whatever they want, a bold, fresh take where we're exploring a new world, a new set of characters. And yes, there's a lot of like MCU world building in this, but like, I trust Ryan Coogler. I trust him so much, and I feel after this movie, I'm excited to keep going with these characters. I'm not excited to keep going with Thor, Love and Thunder. I'm not excited to keep going after Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, but here I really am, and I held this movie in a higher regard than the other upcoming MCU projects, and this really delivered. Recommend this, 5 out of 5. Definitely go check this one out. Thank you guys so much for watching one of my videos. If you're going to see a superhero movie with the word black in the title, please pick Wakanda Forever and not Black Adam. And that's coming from an Adam.